Hello.
Hello, anyone there? Big 29. Hello, we got someone. You there, mate? Pop your chat in, mate. We'll do it. We'll do your draft for you. Hello. Hello, hello. You there? Pop in the chat, mate. I'll do a draft for you. I want to see what you got. I'm thinking pick 50. I'll pick 45. Pick 57. Anyone in the chat? Come on. Give us something. Come on, guys. Come on. Give us a chat. Come on. Patterson. That'll force Brizzy. Do that. Richmond will take Roby. And then maybe the Gorilla. Hey, Campbell, he's back. How are you, mate? Yeah, I'm thinking Roby. And then... Oh, mate, we'll let you... Who are you thinking for Richmond second? We can go left of field, Grill. Oh, Chatty Tube, here we go. Let's say Melbourne are desperate for Dersma and Essendon are all in for CDT. West Coast 134 or future second. Melbourne, let's boot it up. Here we go. That's what we're after. Let's say Melbourne are desperate for Dersma and Essendon are all in for CDT. West Coast 1 and 34 for Melbourne's 7th. Okay. We're talking... Hang on, mate. Let's say Melbourne are desperate for Dersma. Essendon are all in for CDT. So Eagles are going to be trading pick 1. 34. Whew. You want to be giving a bit back. Melbourne's pick 7. Future first. Right, okay. 1 and 34 for 7 and a future first. Let's say the first is... where would Melbourne come? Melbourne come 4th, 5th bottom. Pick 5. 5 and 7 for 1 and 34. Yeah. Let's do it. I don't think Eagles would do that in real life. Essendon... Eagles are trading out of the 2 as well. Okay. 2 and 13 for Essendon's 5 and 61. Jesus, they're getting cooked. 61, we haven't got 61. Where'd you get that from? Let's say... No, they need to give a lot more. Probably a future one as well. Oh, 5 and 6. Okay, sorry. Yeah, maybe a typo. Net loss, so Essendon pick up a bit more. Okay, let's execute. All right, so look, we got Melbourne pick 1. Who's going Melbourne pick 1? Melbourne are on the clock. Dersma going to Melbourne. All right, let's do it. Oh, yes, you did mention that. I'm an idiot. Desperate for Mersborough and Essendon are all in for CDT. Sorry about that. Let's do that. There you go. Yeah. All right, guys. Who's Richmond going? I think they put a bid in for Newland, would be my guess. All right, we're going Roby. Let's do it. Where is he? Yep. Chatty Jew bid for Zeke at 2. Okay. Let's bring it back. Match bid, Gold Coast. All right. I don't know if you guys wanted to see that, but that's what they're giving up, 15, 18 and 24. That's what it's going to take for pick 2. Essendon back on, taking Cooper Duff Tytler. And then we went, Richmond picked up Roby. All right, who we got next? So Eagles have ended up with 6, 7 and 8 instead of 1, 2 and 13. Bid City. All right, we'll go Dill Patterson straight off the bat. So let's have a look how many they need. 6, 16, and in total they've got 17, 31. So they're pretty much going to spend all their points on these 2 players. You can forget about the rest of their academy. And let's go Annabelle. Brizzy have actually gone okay here because we've gone Annabelle at the end. 1493. They've got 1829, so they're going to have about 400 points left. All right. Richmond are on the clock, guys. Who we got? Be interesting to see you guys take with West Coast 3 picks back to back. Maybe a forward to replace Lynch. Your best bet up this end of the draft is probably Schubert or Marsh. What are you thinking? Someone in the goal square. So you've got a Jake Stringer, Jack Gunston comparison, competitive marking, crash packs, and welcomes contact. Strong hands overhead. You're going Schubert. Who's his comparison to? Charlie Curnow. Contested marking, key forward. He moves freely, competes strongly, and provides a focal point. Shows traits reminiscent of a young Charlie Curnow. All right, let's do it. All right, we've got Eagles back to back to back. Like this, bit different. Who are we going for? Eagles first pick, guys. I think Sharp and Grill. All right, let's have a look. Are we taking Grill? Where is he going? Oh, there he is. Oh, I missed him. All right, who are we thinking next? Harry Dean bid. Yep, I think that's due. Make Carlton pay up. Carlton still have got 12 and 14. They're going to get a pick 15 back. What was for dinner? Steak, mate. Had steak on the barbie. Taking snags. Would be nice to pair Sharp and Cumming. That's good that you misspelt that because apparently YouTube doesn't like it. Let's look at Cumming. There you go. Sorry, Chad. Bailey got in there just before you, mate. Sorry. All right. Melbourne are on the clock. They got... Who are Melbourne taking? I'm thinking maybe Marsh. They haven't got any major forwards coming through that I can think of. Lindsay or Marsh? I'm going to go Marsh. All right, Hawks. Xavier Taylor. Boom. Yeah, I like it. All right, this is Carlton's compo pick. So they haven't really dropped down the queue too much, really. You really got to make them pay up the front with Carlton. Lindsay or I think Lindsay. GWS. I've got no idea who GWS want. Who are we thinking? Dovison for Carlton? All right. I'm happy with that. That's more concrete. Doveston. Farrow, I think, or Philippou for GWS. Let's go with Farrow. They're small forwards. Yeah, that's fair. They gave always away to West Coast, and he didn't do much there either. He had a good season before that, though. North trade with GWS. Let's explore that. Okay. So, North want pick 15. That's doable, I think. 23 and 24. 23 and 41. GWS lose a bit of value there, so you want to give them a little bit more. I would throw in a third. And that could get something back to North. Well, North are already giving away less, and they're taking the option off GWS who are on the clock. So I think it makes more sense to North really to push the trade through. 23 and 24 and get back 15 and 31. Let's have a look. What'd you say? 23 and 24. 15 and 31. It's pretty close. North are in a better position overall. You want to proceed with that? Yeah, it's pretty close. All right, North are on the clock at pick 15. This is their range here. North to Lindsay. I like that. It came up in one of the other streams as well. All right, on the clock, we got Essendon. This is what they've traded back for just to get Cooper Duff. Filippo, let's do it. Doggies. Who are the doggies taking? Up the top, we got Greaves, Farrow, Taylor, Hibbins, Hargraves, Ledoiki, Threadgold, Harley Barker, and Max King. Farrow, yeah, that makes sense. They'd be happy with that if you fell to 17, big time. Oh, sorry, Whitman. Campbell beat you to it. Crows are on the clock here. How are we thinking, guys? Crows take Barker. Harley Barker, there he is. Mix between Jared Lyons and Matt Crouch. They've just lost Crouch, so hardworking midfielder, keeps presenting as an outlet, consistent, structured contributor. Okay. Ball winning mid. Any local talent available for the Crows? Let's run that back. Actually, that's a good point. I could put in a region filter. I'll do that. Let me write that down. Region filter. South Australia got Vic Metro, Vic Country, Threadgold, and Harley Barker. I think Whitman said Barker. Yeah, done. That makes sense. I like it. And Geelong, we got 4 more picks for the first round, guys. First night of the draft. Who's Geelong taking? Let me go back to the top for you. Ollie Greaves, Oscar Taylor, Hibbins Hargrave, Ledoiki, Threadgold, King, Carmichael, Taylor. Oscar Taylor, there you go. All right. 3 more picks the first round. Who are the last 3 first rounders? Freo. Greaves is still there. Ledoiki, Threadgold, Hibbins Hargraves, King, and Carmichael. I feel like they need... Freo probably need... What do they need? They're pretty even across the board. Small forward, maybe. Best WA talent here, no one. South Australia, Gold Coast, Oakley, Cannons. Yeah, who's the next best WA? Tyler Williams, he's going to go to the Eagles. Freo take Pickett, like it. Throw some to Pickett. Matched up with his cousin. I think they've got his other cousin as well already on the list. That little fella with the tubby figure. Good player. Can't remember his name. Clear filters. People will say West Coast would be crazy to trade 1 and 2, but it'll get them the 3 best mids, 1 not tied to academies, and a future first, likely top 5. Ideal for Eagles who only want 3 picks. It's a good point. I like it. Yeah, Dudley. That's it. Isaiah Dudley. All right. Last 2 picks of the first round. Sharp, Gruel, and Cumming is a great base to build around for sure. Essendon Greaves. Essendon got a good hand there. We're looking at Cooper, Duff, Tyler, Filippo, and Greaves. I think they'd be happy with that. Last pick of the first, guys, and then we'll do a new one. What are we thinking? Hawks take Hibbins Hargraves. Yeah, I can see that. All right. I like that. Let's save that. What's the date today? Come on, you bugger. 33rd. Viewers draft, 3rd, 25, number 1. Beauty. All right. Hawks finally get their Sheasel. Yeah, they had to wait to pick 22, but that's all right. All right, let's go again, guys. Who wants to pick one? Who wants to set up some trades? Just pop them in the chat, guys. Can we run a mock including the first couple of trades from your latest video and a trade up between Tigers and D's? Let's do it. Okay. Can we do as realistic as possible in terms of trades? Yeah, that's what I'm after. I want to see what you guys think. Let's do it. Fire away and we can brainstorm. Trying to think what video you're referring to. No rush, but after this one, could we do a mock including the first trades from your latest video? You're talking about the Lindsay video? Or CDT one? 25. Okay, yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Let's do it. So this one was a great one. Gold Coast, they're giving fixed 15 for 25 and 26. So they're going to get an extra 178 points. Boom. Let's do it. West Coast are taking Dersma. I think we're all pretty set on that. I'm happy with that. Carlton trade was 21 and 27 for 11. Where are we? Sorry. There we go. So that's a pretty net even trade as well. West Coast trade was 5 and 11 for 2 and 34. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go. We've got, who's on the clock? Essendon. Could we try Melbourne get pick 3, Tigers get 7 and a future? Let's give it a look. Okay. So they're moving back 4 spots and they get a shot. Oh, that's sorry. With Melbourne, they don't have their own future first. They've got Gold Coast and Greater Western Sydney. So it's not going to be as valuable as you would think. I think both of these teams should be top 8 next year. So you're looking at pick 10 onwards. Trade was 5, 11. Yeah. Future 1. You could almost 2 future 1s. No, I think that's a stretch. I don't think we're going to be able to make this pick 3 trade. What do you reckon? Someone give me some other trade options. Unless we just want to carry on. We've got some other picks coming through. Tigers would still likely get Grill and Taylor. Zeke, yeah, we need a bit on Zeke. That's going to happen. We're pretty confident on that. Who we got on the clock? We got Essendon on the clock. All right. Four for Gold Coast first and 7. Okay, that can be doable. Gold Coast will be pick 16-ish. So pick 4, pick 8, and Gold Coast first. I can see Melbourne. I could see Richmond accepting that. Who do they move behind? They'll move behind one of their own picks, a West Coast pick. So they're only really moving behind two teams, and they get a future first. You'd have to accept that. All right, Melbourne are up the board. Who's Essendon taking? We're pretty happy with CDT. That's a general view, isn't it? One more bid. All right, let's force Brizzy's hand. All right, Brizzy need to match 1960. They're 183 points short. All right, how are Brizzy going to get Annabelle at pick 3? This is probably a scenario that's very likely to happen, so this will be a good one to explore. These are the picks that can make it happen. Collingwood, you could nab, but you'd have to send it for. Remember, they've got these 2 picks here to work with, and a few tail enders. So if we went to Collingwood, they get their 184 points. They need to give back 57 for sure as a throwaway. Who's got a trade that Brizzy can make for 183 points? Oh, we're just going to go CDT? All right, we're doing that. We'll do a bid next pick. And Brizzy won't need to match as many points. We'll do the bid here. So what did we say? 183. Now they only need to... Oh, they can actually match the bid for Annabelle. If he falls to pick 4, they can match it. If it goes earlier than that, they need to force a trade. Surely the teams know that. They should just force their hand. Bid on Patterson. Let's do it. They've accrued enough points here. I think that was from that North Melbourne trade that we did. They picked up extra 178 points. Yeah, and they've only overpaid by 49, so that works. That making that pick, that trade works for them. So a lot of these drafts are ending up with these same players. Like the consensus is pretty solid with those top 5. I thought Roby would be featured a lot more. Roby for Melbourne, let's do it. They'd be stoked with that. Yeah, that's a good call. Replacement track, yeah. You're going to have a few years gap, but you can imagine a midfield with Roby, Langford, Xavier Lindsay. And they're going to lose Viney soon, you'd think. And Max can only have a couple of years left, so they're going to be looking at ruck soon as well. Xavier Taylor for Richmond. They can get grilled with their other pick. All right. Taylor, done. All right, West Coast have fallen to pick 8 in this scenario. Who are we thinking next? Carlton are going to slide back because they know a bid's coming between 5 and 9. That's a good point. So if a bid comes now, they're overpaying 527 points, right? So pick 12. Where are we? Carlton. What was the offer? It was picks 12 and 24. So they can really trade that back and pick up some future things. What are we thinking? Dyson Sharp, 100%. I think Melbourne would have to slide back, but I'm just wondering if they would slide back. You'd have to keep the 12. 24 or 22, you can probably get a bit more value. Maybe split it to somewhere around the 28, 30s. I'm not sure. Be worth exploring. Bid time on Harry Dean. All right, let's do it. Campbell, Hotham, Dyson Sharp, 100%. Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. That's what we're doing for West Coast. If they can get him and Dersma, that's a great win for them. And then it's bid on Harry Dean. So this is what we're saying. They've got 606 point left over. They're going to move up to pick 25 as a compo. And then they'll have back-to-back bids there. Okay, let's see how that looks. Essendon don't trade on Dean because they made the trade with Carlton earlier. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. All right. So that means the next bid's coming through Richmond. And that's doable. Xavier Taylor and Harry Dean. Or Eagles make the bid. We can do that. Revenge for giving us always, yeah. What a disaster that was. If the Dogs bid on Carmichael at 17, can the Swans match it and still get in their other academy? Let's explore it, mate. I'll make a note of that. Carmichael at 17. I think so. Gary, I want to check that out for you, mate. All right, guys, who's Essendon going? We've got Cooper Duff Tyler, pick 10. I think Cumming is probably the likely answer. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, Richmond have traded back. Can we make a trade with Carlton and Adelaide for Carlton's pick 9 before the Harry Dean one? So can we make a trade between Carlton and Adelaide for Carlton's pick 9? All right, let's do it. Carlton's pick 9 is now pick 12. Before the bid comes in. That works okay for Carlton. They get a second pick. They can still match the Harry Dean bid. They're basically just going to match the Harry Dean pick with those two bids, and then they end up with 40. I'm just trying to see how it benefits them, though. because they're going to burn them anyway for Harry Dean. You need to give him like a future. It'll be like a second rounder, say pick 30 for next year. What about future first? So that's pick 18. Oh, so you're thinking pick 19 and pick 18? Yeah, okay, that's a good point because they want Walker next year, don't they? Pick 42 and a future first. So that's going to be about pick 18. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's pretty fair. I'm just assuming Adelaide are going to be minor premiers again. You know, they might fall back down to earth, and then it's definitely a win for Carlton. Let's do it. All right, so West Coast is still going sharp. Do we bid on Harry Dean now? Let's see if they can meet it. I think they can. Yeah, so they end up with they're pretty much bang on the money there if it comes in at pick 8 with those value picks. They've just been able to match the bid. So that works. That's actually not a bad trade. So what was it? That was Carlton picked up a future first for Cody Walker effectively and still matched the Harry Dean bid. Yep. I like it. Ison, Carlton have still got 635 points to bid. So providing that a bid doesn't come in before 24, they don't need to make any trades and they can match it, but they might need to trade up and get it. Just get some tail enders, tack it on. They're pretty much in the range he's expected to go. I think my little blurb had him about there. Where was he? There we go, top 35. So there's a good chance they're gonna pick up Ison with what they've left over with. And you've picked up a first for Walker. From all reports, Walker's going to be 1 or 2 next year. Coming for Essendon. Okay, sorry, I've got to get back on track. Eagles are taking Sharp. We're all pretty happy with that. Essendon for Coming. Yep. Richmond. They've moved back a bit in this draft. Tigers are getting Grill. Let's do it. Lindsay or Doveston for Melbourne. Who's their small forward? They got Schubert. I like Schubert. I think Schubert's a good shout. They need key forwards big time. They've got no one to kick to at the minute. My check's on his last legs. All right, this is the pick that Crows traded up for. Gave away their future first. Yep, I like it. Traded up for Mitch Marsh. Oh, Mrs. coming in. Hang on. No, she's not. Sweet. They do need good ball users. I think Xavier Lindsay's going to be. We can match him with Josh Lindsay and Xavier Lindsay out on the wings for the first few years. I think they're going to be. I rate Lindsay, the other Lindsay, Xavier Lindsay, from last year. Who are we looking at for Hawthorn? Oh, we're getting a few votes for Melbourne. All right, we'll go. We'll backtrack it. Hey, AJ Aces, how are you, mate? Yeah, they would be. You're right. Mike Hope, how you going, mate? How are you? Welcome. We'll start one with you in a sec. Greaves to Hawks. Okay, let's do Greaves. Okay, West Coast. They've ended up with Dersma, Sharp. Who are we finishing off their hand with? Yeah, he would. That's a good point. I just went straight to Marsh, but if Schubert's available, let's go Schubert instead of Marsh. And what do we say? Greaves to Hawthorn. Now we want to finish off West Coast and Farrow's the obvious one, I think. Doveston. Small forward. They've just lost Liam Ryan. Do you ignore Jacob Farrow at this point? Yeah, I think Farrow as well. And Farrow would have been a teammate to, Malachi Champion and Bo Allen and all those kind of guys through the juniors. We'll go Farrow, which is a good hand. Dersma, Sharp, and Farrow, they'd be pumped with that. They'd be absolutely wrapped. Essendon ended up with Cummins and Duff Tyler. Carlton got a future first and Harry Dean for Cody Walker. That's a good one. I think there's a few happy teams in this draft. Who are we going with GWS? No Hibbins Hargrave? Let's do it. Oh, sorry, Campbell. Widescreen beat you to the punch there. West Coast again. I didn't realise we'd picked up a fourth pick so early. How did we get that again? 2 and 34. All right. Cool. West Coast again. That was part of their original hand. All right. Who are we thinking? Doveston for sure this time around. Yeah. Why not? Where is he? So Dersma, Sharp, Farrow, and Doveston. That could kickstart a rebuild. Doggies. We had a request. I think it was Carmichael, wasn't it? Where were we? I think we had a request in regards to Sydney. No, Dogs picking up a Sydney player, and if Sydney can match. I'm just trying to find it for you guys. Here we go. If the Dogs bid on Carmichael at 17, which is now pick 18, can the Swans match it and still get in their other academy players? Well, we can see how much it drains out of them for starters. So the Doggies are thinking Carmichael. All right, this is him here. So it's either Carmichael or Max King. They're in the same range. I'll visit that in a sec, Mike. Sydney can match for a discounted cost of 752 points. They've got to burn their 35 and 36. So let's have a look at their hand, Sydney's. That can't be right. That's not updating. Where are we? 36. $25 and 26. Saying 35 and 36. Picks to be used, 25 and 26. I have to fix that. Okay. Okay. Doggies are still on the clock. I think we're near the end of the first round anyway, aren't we? Oh, no. Hawthorns is the tail end of the first round. So Marsh. Okay. Doggies are going to take Marsh. Yep. North have moved up. Thread gold to Dogs. All right. Sorry. Let's bring that back. Thread gold. Intercepting defender, reads the play early, marks cleanly and directs backline shape, reliable aerial asset similar to Harris Andrews. Intercepting back, that's exactly what they're after. All right. Good match there. Yeah, I'll just do the first round, Campbell. I'm about to hit the hay shortly anyhow, so I'll wrap this up shortly, but I'll get a couple in. Mike wanted to have a look at some. North. Who are North going? Pickett. I think Frere will be hoping for Pickett, but let's... Where's Pickett? There he is. Gary's gone Pickett for North. North Archie Ladoki. Key forward with clean hands and strong hands, developed Logan McDonald-like mobility and work rate. We've got Adelaide on the clock again, guys. What about Marsh for North? Yeah, I think Pickett was a bit early for North. Let's look at Marsh. Freo bidding on Max King. All right, I'll have a look at that. Crows, who's Crows gone? Barker? I think he's a South Australian, wasn't he? Yep. Hardworking midfielder keeps presenting an outlet. Yeah, that's a good match with Matt Crouch comparison. I apologise about that noise. I'm going to have to fix that somehow. That's Mrs. in the shower. Hopefully you can still hear me. Sorry, cats are up. Cats to be wrapped with Filippo. Yeah, absolutely. Adelaide went Harley Barker, best South Australian prospect. Oh, this is where Freo. Jevons a South Australian, yes, correct. Bid on King, then take who's Pickett. Okay. Freman's bid on King. Sydney match for discounted points. Picks to be used. Pick 34 that's left over. That's almost a perfect match for them, and they've just got enough by 2 points. Max King, so they end up with Carmichael and King. They're going to be stoked with that. Yeah, I've dropped my mic volume a bit. The missus has hopped in the shower, and you can hear it through this wall, unfortunately. I'm just doing it so you guys don't have to listen to the ongoing drone. I'll turn it back up when she's out. Freo. Who are we thinking for Freo? Freo bid on Max King. Surely Pickett's the player here. Who are we thinking? I'm going Pickett. We're going Pickett. And then the last pick of the first. Yeah, everyone's happy with Pickett. Beauty. Hawks bid on Adam Sweet after merit. I like it. I like it, Campbell. Where is he? Good call. Essendon don't have enough. That'll teach him. Oh, they need 26 points, so they can match it pretty quickly. You would have thought. Geelong. Let's start looking at futures for this. Pick 53, 18, 36, 54, third rounder. Essendon aren't winning the premiership, so it's not going to be 54. I think you match it like that. You give him an extra third. That feels pretty fair to me. All right, she's out of the shower. Apologies about that. Trade at futures second for 47 from Carlton. Okay. Let me reset that one. Future second. Carlton's 47. $36. Yeah. They'll both accept that trade. I can see that happening. And then we finish off the first. Swade has been matched. I've lost him. There he is. Essendon gets Swade. Okay. They've got another one, have they? Who's their other one? Alachka. Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. How many? Where's he thinking? 40 to 50. How many points they got left over? They've got 450. So they can almost match him now, really, if they wanted to. Another 3 picks to go. All right. Who are Hawthorn taking? Finish off the first. Yep, that's him. They'd be happy with Taylor. I'd pick, what are we? Pick 26. All right, I like that. Let's save it. I'll do a little recap video tomorrow. I reckon that's a good one. Dersma, Ewell, Duff, Tyler, Annabelle, Patterson. So Eagles got Dersma, Sharp, Schubert, Farrow. No, that wasn't. Ignore the Schubert. Sorry, that's that. I've got to change that crow's colour. Farrow and Doveston. All right, we can review that. And what was the first one? The first one was a bit different. We'll load that first one up. Oh, that was where Melbourne traded up for pick 1. But this is our current one. Doveston, Carmichael, Sydney got both of their next gens. I like it, guys. All right. Now, Mike had a couple of picks he wanted to kickstart it off with. West Coast stick with CDT. Richmond take Roby. Patterson. Annabelle. And Richmond end up with Sharp. Sullivan, Roby, Dyson Sharp's a good get. CDT and Dersma for the Eagles. All right. Where are we going from this, Mike? A couple of Essendon picks for you. I'd love to Whitman. I haven't got an app together yet. It's in the works. It's hopefully coming. It feels like it's pretty robust at the minute, but I have picked up a couple of issues. Some of these numbers haven't loaded exactly how I want them. I would immediately bid on Harry Dean unless we can trade for Carlton's pick. So how would you trade that? So you'd go pick 12. How would you get it? You'd get 21 and 25. It's not too far off. Carlton need points. They can match it anyway. So that's what they're after. So it's worthwhile Carlton trading back. So you can actually, I think you can do that trade. So many teams can screw over Carlton, just the way it's panned out. Carlton, the best bet's trading backwards, I think. Still bid on him. All right, so we got a fair trade, and we're still going to bid on him. I think they're going to burn those picks they just got. 14 and 24. All right, so Essendon have ended up with 3 picks in the top 13 out of that. And Carlton have still got plenty of points to match for a later bid on Ison. Essendon are the team to do it. You can't stuff around with Essendon anymore. It's good. I loved what they did in the trade period. So good. Taylor with 9. We're up again. Who are we thinking? Essendon taking Marsh. Right, that throws it. Sorry, Mike. Whitman made the pick for you. All right, guys, I'm going to call it in about 10 minutes' time. Want to rattle through a few of these, but we'll do what we can. Melbourne take Greaves and Lindsay. Let's do it. Mid with 13. All right, we've got a mid, so your best bets, Grill or Cumming. Yeah, okay. I don't know how I'm going to get around this. If you guys are saying Cumming, make it Summing or something like that. I'll know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, spell it that way. Exactly. Yeah. Coming. It's the way it's spelled as well. Making life tough. All right, guys. Hawks, who we got? Hawks will be interesting now that Greaves is gone. Could it be Farrow? Marsh? Let's do it. Where's Marsh gone? Marsh is already gone. Marsh is already gone. Hawks Barker. There he is. All brand. I think Hotball brand will be out the window soon. They can't duck under free kicks anymore. GWS bid on Max King. Let's do it. Picks to be used, 36 and 37. They've got enough. King goes early. He was picked. He was touted as a top 15 pick for most of the year, I think. King. Grill. All right, West Coast. Who we think? I'm going to wrap it up after this pick, guys. West Essendon pick 26 plus a future second. Let's see how we look at that. Pick 26. I think he's referring to that one. Pick 27 plus future second. They haven't got their second. They've got a third and a first. GWS Oscar Taylor. We've gone Grill for that one. West Coast Eagles Farrow. I think Farrow makes sense, but I don't think Essendon can make this trade happen because they haven't got a future second. Future first is going to be way too early. Oh, they've got Melbourne's. What am I doing? Sorry. Ignore me. Melbourne, let's say bottom 6, gives you about pick 24. So 24 and 27 for pick 17. That's doable. I think you can accept that. All right. They're on the clock, I believe. Yep, Essendon are on the clock. So Essendon are going to end up with 4 players in the top 17. West Coast ain't doing that trade. Yeah, it'll be tough. West Coast need to kickstart their own rebuild. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Farrow and Overston are there. That's a good point. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. Thank you very much for participating tonight. I'll try to get back on tomorrow, see how we go. But it'll be happening again at some point this week. Usually, after 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Perth time. Thanks again. All the best. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Campbell. Appreciate that words, mate. I cut you all off last time. I logged off, so I've stayed on a bit. See you, boys.